Hey, what's up, loyal Cubs fans? Reporting the second game last night, Saturday doubleheader. Fun for the fans, tough for the players, especially during crappy weather conditions. Uh, had to deal with the first game delayed 2 hours and 15 minutes. They got that in. Then they were supposed to play the next game 45 minutes later. It ended up being like an hour later because they did this Jason Worth recognition, which I'm all about recognition. He was a good player, but you knew the weather was horrible. And then that extra 20-minute delay, they ended up delaying the game in the eighth inning. So they could have played through that game. Instead, fans had to wait another like 45 minutes to an hour. So not very enjoyable for the fan experience. But bad weather is part of the game that happens. It's been all weekend. But the most important is the result. It was the second game. First game was horrible. You knew it wasn't good. Max versus Garcia. Stranger things happen, but results were horrible in that game. Cubs lost 10-3. Second game, you have Hamels, who's been our ace, against Rodriguez, who's been kind of in the bullpen. So you like the matchup. Cubs, they weren't hitting at first, but then he got Victor Caratini hit a grand slam, only a second home run of the year. Was obviously a very big one. Pretty cool. So we're up 4-0, looking good. Hamels on the mound. He was walking guys, but getting through, pitching around like a leadoff walk, things like that. And then things kind of got bad in the fourth inning where he gave up a run. So it's 4-1. Okay, that's fine. Sixth inning. Okay, things are good. Let's get through the sixth inning. Use our high leverage relievers. We'll be in good shape. Hamels starts getting in trouble with the walk and then a triple, and that Rendon's been killing us. Next thing you know, he gave up a homer. It's 4-3. He leaves with the guy on second after giving up a double, and we're bringing Edwards. It's been scary the way he's been pitching lately. Edwards did walk his first guy, so you have two runners on. Just needs to get one out. He was able to get the out, but it was stressful, full count. But he got the out. At some point, guys like Edward, Kinsler, we need one or two more guys to step up. Maybe we can get Morrow back. That could help, especially what happened after Edwards. You would thought, okay, we're up 4-3, then Cubs get a run, 5-3. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling a little bit better, but Nationals got great bats. And Cisick comes in and he gives up he gave up a run, and then there was a runner inherited, and Wilson comes in, who hasn't gave up a run since August 2nd, and gives up a 2-run homer to Bryce Harper. He's a great player. He can hit home runs off of anyone. Man, that sucked. Things were looking good at the 4-0 lead. Now we're down 6-5, but not over yet. We have come back and scored runs against the Nationals bullpen before, so I'm hoping we can pull some magic out. We had Daniel Murphy coming off the bench to pinch hit, but he struck out, and then we just couldn't muster another run to get it tied or play into extras. It's just kind of a horrible situation. We blow the lead, then we had to wait another hour in a rain delay, and we ended up losing. So now we're down 2 games to 1. I guess I'm thankful that we pulled out that 10th inning win the first game against Strasburg. Got some runs off of them and pulled it off in the 10th inning. Milwaukee keeps winning. We're only a 2.5 game lead over them. We finished this last game against Washington, which it's possible they may just cancel the game. Weather looks crappy, but I don't believe we have the same mutual off day as them. We only have 2 more off days left, and we'll see what happens. It's a Major League Baseball decision, since it's the last time we meet them. I didn't like their decision on the rainout game. They make fans wait almost 3 hours, and then they cancel the game when things cleared up. I understand players don't want to play at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., play to 3, 4 a.m. Well, then you got to make that decision sooner. But they knew weather wasn't looking good Saturday. It was kind of a miracle we got the 2 games in after the results of losing them both. I wish they wouldn't have. But it is what it is. I don't know if Cubs are starting to get tired after all these games in a row. They were scheduled for 23 games in a row. Technically, Mother Nature gave them 1 day off, but then you play a doubleheader. So now we got to get through today. Maybe a rainout would be a good thing. As far as in Milwaukee, you have the bullpen, everyone with the day off, too, and then it also, we could figure out what you want to do with Montgomery. I kind of like the plan going into Milwaukee. They moved Lester up to pitch Monday against I think Milwaukee's best pitcher, Miley. So we're going with Lester. Right now I guess Lester's technically, if you want to call her second best pitcher, if you still consider Hamels her best pitcher. And then we have Hendricks, and Hendricks was looking good for a while, and then he kind of had a tough time, but he feels like he's more locked in pretty good. Then Quintana. Quintana's been pitching a lot better, so we'll see. I kind of like that opposed to last time, the guys we had pitching against Milwaukee when Milwaukee beat us 2 out of 3. But playing at home is a different story. Cubs play a lot better at home. There's a little bit more urgency now. I mean, if Cubs were to get swept against Milwaukee, they could be in second place. Then it gets scary. They're still looking pretty good for the wild card because teams are even losing more than the Cubs. Your Dodgers, Arizona, heck, Philadelphia lost. Well, Philadelphia's kind of on life support. It's kind of an interesting division battle in Colorado, Dodgers, Arizona. But Cubs, I believe, are right around seven games better if they were to drop all the way to a wild card team. It would be like St. Louis and Cubs. And Cardinals lost 2 in a row because never know in September what the heck can happen. Detroit, horrible team, walked off and beat St. Louis 2 games in a row. So I guess we're not the only team that can struggle with their bullpen at times. Overall for the year, I feel pretty good with, your Cishek, your Strop, your Wilson. But they're going to have bad days, and Bryce Harper can beat anyone. So it's unfortunate what happened last night. We even scored 5 runs. I would have liked to even score more. It is what it is. But right now, Cubs are a 2.5 game lead. The Sunday game is in doubt. Should be kind of unfortunate. I know you don't know what you're going to always get out of Montgomery. He had 2 short outings in a row. But the pitcher we're up against has like a 6 ERA. You would think our bats could get going. But horrible weather conditions. It's possible they could just cancel the game and do a makeup game if needed. Last game of the year. We'll see. I know it would be one blessing in disguise for Cubs who would get a day off going against their rival Brewers, second place team. They'd have everyone rested. That would help, opposed to schedule. I guess they haven't quite played 20 games in a row with that rain out, but I'm sure Cubs are looking forward to a day off. It does help. So have to get through the stretch, but then they have a day off after Milwaukee. And I like to think competition gets a little bit easier after that. I mean, let's face it, Milwaukee's the second best team record-wise. We're the best team. We play teams like the White Sox, and I don't know if we play Detroit. We play the Reds. Reds can be up and down. Play the Cardinals end of the year. So right now, Cardinals keep losing. They're 5.5 games back. So I would think hopefully we'll be over 3 games ahead of them where they don't catch us. But we're seeing some regression by the Cardinals anyway against bad teams. So that's encouraging. So a disappointing weekend series, not only weather-wise, but to be down 2 games to 1. See if we can get the split today, or if the game even does happen. We'll see. It could be a blessing in disguise as well. Be very disappointing if they play and we lose and we burn out our bullpen and we go into Milwaukee and things aren't looking good with the resources. It definitely put a lot of pressure on Lester. Can he get a complete game? Can he go 7-8 innings? I don't know if he can do that. Milwaukee's got some good bats. But we'll see. It's baseball. Nothing's guaranteed. Still think Cubs are good. Sometimes, Nationals, I don't take them lightly. I think they underachieve for the talent they have. And they even gave away some guys, and they still have pretty good. That Rendon, Harper, they have some guys that can hit. They have a few good starting pitchers. Obviously, Max is one of the best ones. Their bullpen has some struggles, but, if you're around a 500 team, you're still a quality team that's, within a good winning streak of getting back in it. It's probably a little bit too late for them. I think they're like 7-8 games back. So it'd take a miracle for them to make it. But I like the effort. I don't like when teams just completely give up. They're trying to win each day. Hopefully some better results finishing this series if weather permits. And then got to win 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee. That would make things a lot more amazing. Go Cubs go.